Three, two, one.
Glowing Up Latina, Season 3, Episode 25.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Glowing Up Latina.
Hello.
I'm Kristina.
And I'm Amanda.
How are you doing today, Amanda?
We're off to a rocky start. I busted my lip this morning. My phone decided to just hit me,
Attack you. Goodness.
attack me. Yeah. So, yeah, we're off to a rocky start. But what it is, like you could probably tell on the camera, annoyed.
I gotta tell you though,
So,
that's a better, the way that it happened is much better than one time I was looking at my phone in bed and holding it and it just, when it just falls on your face and I was
I
like,
would have I would have appreciated that more because it was like that's a flat surface. Like surface area is fine, like it's hitting you. But this was like the surface area to my lip. It was like the edge of the phone to my lip. Boom, automatic busted lip. I was just like, why? Why?
Yeah, it really got the perfect angle it got you.
Like, no. So yeah, so like I said, I'm just gonna mind my business for the rest of the day. I'm gonna stay home, stay in my cocoon, like from yesterday. But then I found out that I think where our Mercury is in reggaeton.
Oh, really? Ugh.
Yeah, I think so. So this explains a lot from yesterday leaving work to today when I woke up. Things have just been going crazy. Not aligned.
Good.
It is what it
Ugh.
is.
We're still figuring it out, you guys. I
Oh,
always
yes.
figuring it out. So today actually we are doing part 2 of an episode we did in January of last year, January 2023. This
Yeah.
is our Señora Life part 2 episode, and we are very excited. And you may be like, oh, I can just leave. I've already heard this before. No, you're gonna want to stick around for a special announcement at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
With that,
Yeah.
we will get into the episode. Leave you on a cliffhanger because I know how to build suspense. Okay, so I went back and I listened to our part 2, and you know what I went back and listened to our part 1. And you know what we did not do?
Hmm.
We did not define señora era. We didn't even say what it is or
What
what. Yeah.
how do we define our Senora era? Yeah. Oh, really? We didn't. We were just yeah, because
We
then
were just
Liana
talking
yeah, we
away.
were just talking through it. I think Liana was just like, if this is what it is, then I'm fine with it. But like there was like no concrete
What is it?
yeah. What is it for me? Okay, so I think in one of the episodes this season, I did mention I was like, yeah, now I feel like I am a señora because like or I feel like I am an adult now.
Mhm.
Like I think I've um there is some type of order of living an adult life now. Like now I know like bills, when bills need to get paid, groceries, um work, lifestyle, like all of those things have become a part of my senora life as an adult. Like just being an adult, that's what it means like for me right now. And then juggling everything else that gets thrown into that mix.
Yeah, well, I think for me, I don't know, I definitely feel like an adult.
Mm.
I know that I am an adult. I'm not gonna lie, I really do think the going to court helps with that. And they don't let children do that. Um, but I don't know if I fully consider myself to be señora. Like,
Okay.
I think if someone was to call me that, I'd be like, I am still a child. That's so rude. But I imagine it to be, I guess, for me, defining it would be I don't know. I just have it a little more put together. I think that's why I don't feel like I'm in my señora era, era. I had that trouble last episode too. Why I don't consider myself to be there yet. Because I still feel like I'm trying to fit pieces together
Mhm.
versus I don't know. I don't know if you need to have like most of the puzzle together and you're still like, there's always going to be pieces that don't fit, I think, because we
Mhm.
can't have it all together all the time. But I feel like my puzzle's still kind of like I got like pieces flipped upside down and up in the wrong corner. Like I'm still trying to smash pieces together. So, yeah, I think it's just more like when I feel like I have it more together, then maybe.
I feel that. I think that's what I mean, like by like the other things that come into play with my daily life, like
Mhm.
these surprises, the unexpected moments. It's just like, okay, so um, how do I manage them into my life now? Because I
Yeah.
like you said, they're always gonna be there. That's always gonna be a thing. There's there are always going to be things that are out of your control that I feel like that for me at least, like that's what makes it become like the adult part. Like that's what makes me the adult in in the situation, trying to figure out what am I gonna do with this.
Mhm. Yeah. So I didn't give a good definition. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like I've been like trying lately to figure out like what does it mean really to be like a señora? Like, and I don't think I know because I don't really
I don't
feel old
like
yet.
physically. Mm-mm. Physically, I don't think I don't feel like senora. I don't know what that was supposed to look like, honestly, also. Like, I don't know. Like, I still feel like, yes, maybe, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know.
We still don't
Yeah.
know. What a
No.
shocker. Well, do you consider yourself to be in your señora era? Like I don't. I know I don't, but I don't know why.
Right now, yes, because there are times where I just, yes, yes, because there are times where I just don't, okay. In the first part,
Mhm.
I said that, we have the freedom to gallivant and frolic and whatever and do what we want to do at any given moment, right?
Mhm.
Right now, I just enjoy being at home. I love being at home right now. So I don't know if that makes me a señora right now because I just want to be home. Like, also, like, the economy is like, but
Yeah.
living in New York is still super expensive. But I just enjoy being home. I enjoy being at home with Constantine and the dogs, and we'll watch, like, we'll catch up on our shows. And to me, right now, that just it brings me peace. So, that's what being that's what a señora looks like then. Yeah.
I think for me, like I guess no, I don't consider myself to be in my señora era, life
Yeah.
era.
Era.
Goodness. I'm doing like a lot of like a reflection right now in the middle of like recording this, and
Like
it's a
just
lot
like
for my brain to take.
flash,
Yeah.
like boom, boom.
Like our like situations look like you are married to Constantine
Mhm.
and I am in a relationship. I'm going to London this summer with my grandmother. And I just like booked that trip. Like it wasn't a discussion. It wasn't a like, do we have the money to do this? Can I like be gone for this amount of time?
Mhm.
Like I think I am still untethered in
Yeah.
most in of that word, in most of the sense of that word. There we go. That's what I was getting.
Mhm.
And I think because I'm not like so completely like tied down, not necessarily that marriage makes you tied down, but
No,
like
no. There are
I
things that
have
you
such
yeah.
bigger, not even bigger freedom. That feels wrong to say. I don't know. Say it for
No,
me.
I was gonna say no. There are things that you still need to check in with your partner for. You know what I mean? Like with my husband, like with me and Constantine, like taking a trip nowadays, like we need to talk about that together and be like, okay, can we financially do this right now? Is that something that we absolutely need when we have a bigger picture in mind? There are bigger goals there are bigger goals that we're aiming for. So taking this trip, is it gonna be a dent in our pockets when we know what we want? And so yeah, I I understand what you're saying by that because also like when we went to Jamaica, that was just like a well, I don't have any responsibilities in the rest of 2023. That's something we can do right now. That was like a big thing that I want to say that was one of like our bigger expenses that we did in 2023.
And you guys were married then?
Yeah, when we went to Jamaica, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Um, so I think honestly, I think that plays a big part
Mm-hmm.
of it for me and like whether I feel like I'm in my señora life or not. Because like I have this massive freedom. Like I don't have kids. I'm not like in a I don't want to say I'm not in a committed relationship, but I'm not in like I don't know, marriage is much bigger than being in a relationship with somebody. And I think I feel so bad using the word freedom because it's not that it constricts it. It
Mm-mm,
just
mm-mm.
you have to be courteous, you have to be
Mm-hmm.
considerate, you have to
Yeah.
remember that there are bigger goals that you are working towards. And like I
Yes.
have the goals that me myself I'm working towards. And then yeah, Jeremy and I have discussed goals that we're working towards. But if he was like, no, you can't go to London with your grandmother, I'd be like, oh, I'll see you later then.
That's a different story. No.
So, yeah. But is there anything you miss from your early to mid 20s?
Anything I miss? Living with my mom, and I know I said that she would judge me every time I would ask to go out, but I do miss her and miss having that voice of validation in anything that I do or I was doing at the time. I was in my 20s, still figuring out things that would help me become an adult. And I just miss having the accessibility of just like, hey ma, like just go into her room, like, what do you think about this? Or even like a simple question of like, ma, what do you think I should wear to work tomorrow? This or this. Like, they were just
Yeah.
tiny things. So I miss that, having her around. Oh, like I'm hearing more clicks in my body now. And you know that I've been on this journey of like being healthy and working out but still now I got to stretch more. Like my back has been killing me. I've been taking a little break from the gym, but because of that, like I feel like my back is hurting me. My lower back is hurting me from sitting down so much at my desk. So yeah, that's ridiculous.
To
Miss
be
that.
fair, when I met you all of those years ago, like you were already dealing with sciatica, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, how old is a man?
The costume makes fun of me with my sciatica. I'm like, leave me alone.
You know what I think? I think I miss like, and I don't even know if it's necessarily a good thing to miss, but like the carelessness or like the carefreeness of being in your early to mid 20s.
There were things that I was just like, yeah, eh,
We'll figure it out when we get there. We don't
yeah,
have the money to go, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. It'll be okay.
for real. Oh my God. And I think that's a thing that I'm like, I don't want to feel that anymore. Also, oh, you said what we miss. Never mind, not what we don't miss. Okay, we're gonna go
Oh,
back
well,
to
what
this.
don't you miss? Share.
Going out and then the next day going out to the bars and then and the next morning
Oh.
waking up. No, I don't miss
Okay, but
that.
that was like kind of a late 20s thing for me.
I
Like
mean,
early to
same.
mid 20s, I was
Okay,
doing good.
yeah, same. But
Yeah.
yo, I don't
I
miss
do
that.
wish, part of me does wish like I could go back and maybe like tell early to mid 20s me like, "Hey, like let's not drink so much. Like let's rein it in a little bit."
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Um, but what did we say? No regrets.
No regrets. So do you think things have happened the way they're supposed to happen? Like now in your life, all of the things leading up to where you are now, do you think they were supposed to happen the way they did?
The big question. Yes and no. There are some things that like I think are just by chance happen
Mm-hmm.
the way that they did. I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily know if that is what, well, I mean, I guess it's all what God intended for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so then I guess, yeah, my answer is yes. Everything happened the way that it was supposed to. to get me to the place where I am now so that I can
Right.
learn what I have learned so far
Mhm.
so that in the future I can be in a better place. I don't really know. Even
Yeah.
better place. What did we talked about one time? I don't even think we talked about this on the pod. I think that was just between us, but like we were like, please stop putting us on your strongest soldiers list. Like, no
Every
more.
year. Every year, I feel like Christina and I make it to the top 10 every year. It never fails.
And it's
Yeah.
I'm weak. Okay, you guys, I am weak. I'm done. Like I can't do it anymore.
Oh my God. But yeah, to piggyback off of you, yeah, I agree. I think for myself, things happen the way they intended it to be. And like you said, God intended it to be because I think there were certain things in my life that I always had like I was always right about. And yeah, the way life continued to like just move forward and like things leading up to where I am now, it just like it confirmed that what I always thought was right was true, but they they happened for a reason, and like you said, they happen so that way you can I feel like so that I can provide wisdom to anyone or that is going through some of the things I've gone through or again also like being some type of motivation or giving some positive confirmation of like things will get better or this is what you can do. Like I agree that this is where I was supposed to be.
Well, and you know what I took away from like talking with Lore is that I used to be like, and it's not one of my favorite qualities, but like I used to be a very like why me person, like why
Mhm.
me again, like literally just why, like I
Yeah.
need an answer, please. But Lore said something. Her therapist, I think she said, had told her like, well, why not you? Like if you have the resources, if you have the time, if you have the flexibility, like why not you? And so I know like that was only a couple of weeks ago, but I've really taken it like to heart. Like if I have the community, if I have the resources, if I have the support, then like why not me? Better
Mhm.
me than someone who like maybe doesn't have all the things that I am blessed to have.
Right.
So, not that I'm not saying give me more, please do not give me more, but like,
Yeah.
we're like getting through the hard parts. Like I have a mom who like saw when I was struggling, like pushed me to go to therapy and was
Mhm.
like really on me about it and who checks in with me and you know what I mean? Like just little things that
Right.
I think sometimes we take for granted because they're just so like duh. But like it's not like that for everybody.
Right.
Um okay, so but is there any piece of wisdom that you gained in your late 20s to now that you kind of want to pass on or like that you're like oh, I'm glad I have this perspective now. I kind of think I just shared mine by accident.
Oh, like your timing is your timing. Your timing is not the same as everyone's timing. And you and others around you may have the same goals and the same things that you're reaching for. And there are going to be times where, you know, you may be, I don't want to say last, but like, just remember it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you're going to get there with on your own timing.
It's like your timeline
Yes.
is your timeline. And that is like
Yes.
something that I really think is important for people like our age to know because I don't know, things are just so different from when
Hmm.
we were growing up. Like people had their kids young and now like I think there's more of a is it would you call it like a stance being taken of like wait no I have things that I want to do and then I will get to these other like big life milestones.
Yeah.
Okay, but to pivot, what are some señora tendencies you think you've picked up from your mom or like you've just like picked up in general?
Like nitpicking like little small things in the house. like in the apartment, like that don't need to be done, but still get done. And I'll hear Constantine ask me like, why are you doing that? Like you don't need to do that right now. And in the past I've told, or like either I've told my mom or my dad had, like, when my parents were still together, he'd ask my mom like, why are you doing that? You don't have to do that. And I'm here doing things that I don't need to do. Like it's not like somebody's gonna come here and grade my apartment. Like the what are they called? Oh my God, when they do the food inspection at the restaurants and they come in and check
Health inspector?
health inspector. There you go. Whoa. And they grade the restaurant. It's not like somebody's gonna come in here and like wipe their fingers across my TV stand or like my shelves. Like I don't know. It's just a
I
weird thing.
will say, no, 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 I'm with you, but like I'll say the one thing that you don't think about when you're like younger that I definitely think about now
Yeah.
is like the baseboards. Like
Yes.
you don't think that like you have to clean those, but you do. Like they gather dust and they
They
do need to
do.
be cleaned. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I'm like, I looked at them the other day and I was like, no. And we just painted we painted the apartment like 2 years ago.
Hmm.
So like, yeah, no, this needs to, I was like, no, we need to wipe down. When I mop now I make sure I wipe on the edges of the baseboards. So that way, but yeah, um, my mom has this thing with like tissues. Like she'll use like the same napkin. And my grandmother does that. Use the same napkin and like for everything, like clean down the kitchen table or whatever it is, right? And throw it out. Or and then use a new napkin and now they'll just leave it to the side. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's just a thing that they'll use the napkin and they'll leave it on the table. And I've seen my grandmother do it, I've seen my mom do it, and now I'm doing it. Well, I'll just like grab a napkin, either like if I use it to dry my hands and I'll leave it on the table. And Constantine's like, why are all these napkins here? And the thing is, like, I can't leave them out because Otto loves napkins
Uh-oh.
and he goes after them. So
I
it's a
think
weird
I think
thing.
I know what you're talking about. Like if I use a paper towel to like dry my hands after washing them, like after doing dishes in the sink or
Yeah.
whatever, like to me the paper towel is not ready to be thrown out. So I will
No.
like wipe down something and then it's probably ready to be thrown out.
Yeah.
Or I'll just like set it aside and use it to like dry my hands later. I don't know, is that gross?
Yeah, no, no. But see, but then I now like I'm not the only one because that's the same thing. Like I'll either use it for to repurpose it
Hmm.
or yes, repurpose it. But I'm leaving it to the side because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna repurpose this. I know I'm gonna come back to this. I am. But then I just end up leaving it there. And then Otto is like, oh, she left me a little treat. And
My
that's when
mom
Constance,
loves me.
yeah. That's when Constance's like, no, Amanda, you need to throw these out. If you're not gonna use it, just throw it out. I'm like, okay. And my mom does it. My grandmother does it. Like, there's always a napkin in her hand. Like, yeah, it's weird. Um, what else? I'm trying to think. What else? You go, because I'm sure if you say something, one is gonna click for me.
My mom used to do this thing like when we would like have a big meal or like if we would go out to eat. She'd be like, okay, well, we need to walk this off. And I think it's so funny. Like we used to like go to the mall and walk around. And but now like I'm the same way. Like I don't like eating and like sitting. Like I need to walk for like a minute or like do some type of movement, like not just like fully like sit down and be
Yeah.
done. It like if I do, it doesn't really do anything. Like I don't get heartburn or anything, but I just like feel like I need to move for a little bit if I eat like not even necessarily like a big meal, just eating in general. Like
That's
that's
a
why I
good
like to
one.
clean the kitchen up after I'm done because there's like some movement happening, you know?
Yeah. I like that one.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I used to like in my early 20s, I really did think that like what it meant to be like a supportive friend or like a supportive person or like a good friend, I guess I should say, or a good like whatever to whoever. I used to think that meant you like support everything that they do, like no matter what it is. But I think like I've really picked up my mom's like I want to call it candor, and that like my mom is not a yes man for me and my brothers. Like if she feels like something might not like go right or like she doesn't know if it's necessarily the best thing to do,
Mm-hmm.
Like she is going to give us her opinion. She is going to like give us her full like honest thoughts on it. And if we still do it, that's okay. And she doesn't ever say I told you so. She's just like, let's really think this through.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's take a minute and like so she's supportive, but she's also like realistic.
Yeah.
And I think like I've picked like I'm no longer like a yes man for the people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I will fully support like what you are doing, but like are we thinking everything through? And
Yeah.
if you still want to do it, then that's okay. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're never gonna get an I told you so from me. But just to know that like you have somebody on your side who's not gonna this is a thing my mom likes to say, but like love you into failure.
Uh-huh.
Like
No, I
I
can see
will
that. I
not,
can.
yeah, I will not love my people into failure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't that I feel like is a really good quality because I feel like I was misguided in my 20s and thinking that like you had to support everything that everybody wanted to do in order to be a good friend. But I think the hallmark of a good friend in a good friendship is that like you can be honest with each other and everybody can know that like I think we've talked about on the show everybody can know that like what is being said, what's being done, it's not coming from a bad place. You
Mm-hmm.
love and care about them enough to like make sure that like they're thinking everything through, you know?
Right. I think no.
I think I had trouble coming up with something for this because like I don't know, I don't even really consider my mom to be like a señora. Like I don't consider her to be
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. Same. No, it's true.
So it's like hard for me. Oh, okay. One thing I do. I don't like we used to when I was growing up, we had this like stereo system. Is that what you would call it? It was like, do you remember when they were like big and
The boom,
bulky and
like a boom box.
it was like because it could fit on like the top of a dresser, but it had like two speakers and then it had the middle, which had like a thing for cassette tapes, and then it had like
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you could say we call it a stereo system.
I remember I thought it was so cool because you could put five CDs in it and then it
Mind
would
you.
like change it. Yeah. And it was blue and silver. I remember exactly what it looked like. But my mom, when she would clean, she used to always have like music going.
Oh,
And I do that. I listen to it in my AirPods usually. But yeah, and I just remember I have like this one like very specific memory of my mom vacuuming and she's playing like Hips Don't Lie by Shakira and she's like dancing. I don't even know if
oh,
she remembers, but yeah. And so I do that now. Like I have to clean to something or I have to have something going when I'm like doing house stuff.
yeah. Yeah, music is a thing when I'm cleaning. Um, my mom used to do that. My mom used to have music on like that's so I think you've seen those memes or like where it's like you hear like the classic like Spanish music, like either like classic bachata or like norteña music or all these classic songs and as soon as you hear it on a Saturday morning, it's cleaning day.
Oh, yes.
And my mom was very much that person where she used to put like on like her classic 80s songs and some of them that stick to mind, like Lenny Kravitz was like somebody she loved at the time. And she was, yeah, Madonna, all of the songs that she grew up listening to. And as soon as I would hear the music go off, I'm like, oh, damn, it's Saturday. She's cleaning. I have to get up because if there was one thing I didn't like, it was just like her waking me up and saying, all right, let's go. It's time to clean. I just didn't like her waking me up. I was like, let me just wake up on my own. Yeah. But I do that and Constantine's just like, why are you so loud?
Um, well, is there anything you feel you still need to learn to officially be in your senora era? Era?
Yes, I need to be more compromising, maybe.
Ugh, no, move on.
I know, but Christina,
I know, I get it.
you
Yes, maybe,
know,
possibly.
listen, you and I are very much like a my way or the highway people. But it's ugh, I feel like I need to learn to be more compromising,
More
more
flexible.
flexible. Under
Yeah,
Yeah, I am understanding, but I think to a certain point and to certain things I will be understanding about. But and just giving not I think I've learn what it's like to give myself more grace, but also like give other people grace. And I know, like, I think we've already discussed it. I'm sure we've discussed it here on the pod, but like, it's still like, I gotta let you do you, because if I don't let you do you, and I let like certain things that you do get to me, then it's just,
Mhm. Like letting people like live their life.
yeah, yeah, like the decisions they make, or I don't know, just certain actions that like I know
Or
like
like,
don't sit well with me. And I'm like, well, that's not my life. So why am
okay,
I
like,
like why am I letting it get to me?
yeah, okay, like not letting how other people choose to like do their life affect
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably work on being more compromising, more flexible, more understanding. Could
Yeah.
probably. Um, I think one thing I still need to learn to like be in my señora era is tortillas. I need to learn how to make tortillas. Like,
Oh my goodness, yes.
yes, I really really want to learn how to make tortillas. And I kind of know how. I have one what my great grandmother makes them from scratch
Hmm.
and like she showed me how to do that once.
Hmm.
So I know how to do it that way. I have another grandma who just uses the masa, like the instant masa.
Yeah.
And so like I know how to do it that way, obviously. But I don't know. I always like I'm just gonna have like a pile of tortillas. Like, what am I gonna do?
You're just gonna give them to Jeremy, like, hey, try this one. Now try this batch. Was this batch better than batch? Like that episode of Friends where Courtney Cox,
Oh,
wow, Monica is trying to
the
figure
cookie.
out the cookie recipe, and she has all of them.
Nestle Toll House.
Oh my God, priceless. You're gonna be like
I
that
have
with
a
Jeremy.
problem like making them round. The roundness is what gets me.
Do you not have the machine to press it down?
So yeah, my mom keeps wanting to get me a tortilla press, which I
Yeah.
guess like I should. I mean, because it's a lot less like it's a lot less labor intensive, right? That's
Yeah,
what I'm looking
because then
for.
you gotta like, yeah,
Yeah,
gotta like
I
really
guess. But I
perfect it.
I commit to things and I'm like, no, this is how they did it and I want to learn how to do it this making my life
What? But
harder.
I literally was just about to say, didn't Raquel tell you that why make your life harder? Don't make your life harder. Oh my
Um,
God.
so yeah, that and so, okay. Do we want to segue into the special announcement? Because I have one that I feel like I want to say for this, but it also segues into our special announcement.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like one thing I need to learn to officially be in my señora era is Spanish. I'm really gonna try to work really hard on my Spanish because I leaned on Amanda and Liana for quite a bit of it. But at the beginning of the season, well, no, even before we started the season, I think
Yeah.
we were planning. Amanda shared with us that she would be leaving at the end of season 3. And so now we are on episode 25, which means we only have 5 more episodes with you.
5 more episodes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we prior to this season kicking off, I did let Christina and Liana know that this was my last season with Glowing Up Latina. And it's like how appropriate to use the Senora part 2 or Senora Life, Senora Era part 2 episode. Like using this platform, it has helped me heal some of my inner Chiquita moments. And now that I feel like I am in my Senora era, there are things that I need to take care of, responsibilities that I need to take care of. And who knows, maybe I'll come back and share that with you guys and impart wisdom. But because I'm sure there's gonna be like episodes in the future where Christina's just gonna ask me to come on. Um, but yes, but there are responsibilities that I need to take care of with my husband, and just like Christina has mentioned, like taking the podcast on and having your daily 9 to 5, it's a lot. And to trying to navigate all of the other things that come into your life, it's taken a toll. So, and it wouldn't be fair to Christina or, at the time also with Liana, but wouldn't be fair like to just, I don't want to say like leave them hanging because it's just right now it does feel like that. But there's just a lot to juggle with. And like I said, using this platform has really like it's been an eye opener to like all of the things that I was feeling and just sharing things with you. And I'm not a person who likes to share things and look and sharing it with a whole bunch of people across the world. But um it's done something for me that I'm so grateful and blessed for. And I thank all of you guys for listening and tuning in every week because I feel like I've probably shared like moments with you guys that you could relate to, and we say that all the time. But it's just time for me to step back and, like I said, take care of my new senora challenges. I don't want to say challenges, but like again, I think responsibilities is the word. I was not like Liana where I practice this in the shower. This is really coming to you from the heart because this is something you cannot practice because then that would, again, we're all about authenticity and being real with you guys. And it's coming from you like with no practice at all.
Yes. And I will say Amanda was very flexible because again, like going into season 3, I knew she was leaving at the end of it. And she very graciously agreed to do 10 extra episodes with me. And honestly, I'm very grateful that you did because we've had some really fun things that we've done along the way that we couldn't have done if we stopped at 20, like we had done the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So, we'll do our big goodbyes at the end, but we're very, well, I'm saying we, like I could speak for everybody that's listening, but I know that they're going to miss you and I know that they're excited to hear what else we have in store for the rest of the season, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now?
My heart was coming out my chest just now. But guys, just to let you know, like this was something we discussed, like, and I wanted to make sure that we announced this together with Christina and I, just like not only like it's not me by myself announcing this. I don't know if that makes sense, but like Christina has known for a while and Christina has been very understanding and knows everything that's going on, with me right now. But again, and at some point maybe I'll be ready to share that with you guys. But yeah, a lot going on. And then just again, thank you to Christina. I love you very much.
This
Hearts.
should be the time for the things to pop up, but of
They
course I
don't.
turned it off, so it's not. None of what is it? What was the other one? That one.
No, no, this is a weird
Oh,
one.
I didn't do it right.
I don't understand.
I
I don't
don't know how to
understand.
do
Don't be throwing up geek signs up there.
it.
And yeah, like just listen. And me like stepping away and I don't like saying goodbye. I hate saying goodbyes. Just it's so strong for me. But just know that I'm still here talking to Christina in the background behind the scenes. So
Well, you always have a place here if you
yes.
ever feel the need to share whatever you got going on in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share. So you may kind of be wondering what that means for the
Yes.
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very excited and scared to tell you there will be a season 4. I will be continuing with the podcast. I've already recorded one interview that I think you guys will really like. And I have some other stuff that I'm working on to bring you for season 4. Just know that like I have some exciting things that I'm working on and I really hope you guys will stick around and navigate this new chapter of the podcast with me. Um it's been really fun to do this with Amanda and Liana. It's been really fun to do this part with Amanda. I feel like Amanda and I learned even more about each other in doing it just ourselves. And I feel like for me, this podcast has been a very big test of like coming out of my comfort zone. And I feel like I can say the same for Amanda. So I'm excited to see like, or push myself even more in
Mm-hmm.
season 4. And I do really hope you guys will come along with me.
Yay. Say yes to season 4 because I'm still here for it.
Okay, Amanda, what is making you glow this week?
Oh, what is making me glow this week? I'm supposed to see my mom again for Easter.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. Either I'm going up to see her or she's going to come down here, but point is that we're going to see each other. So I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. Is that a long weekend for you?
No.
Corporate America.
Yeah. Some people get Easter Monday off.
Yeah, my mom does. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
I kind of feel like I didn't know Easter Monday was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know either. Until like recently, like these past few years, that some people take it off or they have off.
What is making me glow this week? Oh, you know what? This is okay, maybe this is like a señora life type of thing, but I got my planner all nice and situated and it's like all color coded and filled out and it just like looks so good. And I'm gonna work on April later on today. And so yeah,
Okay.
I love it. I think I thought about it though, because in that last episode, Liana
Yeah.
talked about how she got a new digital planner and you had just bought a planner.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I got to fill out my planner like in full this week. Cause I always fill out the month in full, but I don't know why. I have to go back and like fill out the weeks too, even if we've already passed them. Like I just need all the
Oh
information where
yeah.
it's supposed to
No, for
be.
sure. Same. Me too.
So I got to like fill in the weeks as well. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what's making us glow this week, you guys. Remember that you can catch us next Wednesday and for the next couple of Wednesdays, wherever you listen to podcasts and here on YouTube. Please be sure to spread the word about the podcast, share this episode, and leave us a glowing review on Apple Podcast. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify, please.
And you can find us on Instagram at Glowing Up Latina. Share with us if you feel like you're in your senora era life. What makes you feel like a senora? Share that with us at glowinguplatina@gmail.com.
And until next week, keep glowing, mija.